Good morning, everyone. I hope that you can remember and honor 9/11 with me today. I just have a few stories, memories, moments that I'd like to share with you, but I'll begin with what I would like to share with you today. Last year on 9/11, I created some free savings challenges because in my heart of hearts, I can't let this day ever be forgotten as long as I am on this earth, right? So this is what I came up with. United we stand remembering 9/11. These are the important moments in that day. The day that shook us to our core. The moment the towers get hit, Pentagon, the plane comes down in Shanksville. These are moments that we can't forget. Okay. So in honor of those that we have lost, this is gifted to you today. Along with these. You can do them any way you want. On that day, the NYPD lost 23 people. Port Authority lost 37. FDNY lost 343. Could not get 343 fires on here. So what I did was, if you do each row at $6 and then $1 at each, it would get you to 343 if you wanted to do it that way. $1 each gets you to 37, but like I said, this is just a memory. Now, every day in the month of September, I was giving something away to Tier 3, who is my here for the village. But I think I could take it and say that I don't think that the here for the village is going to mind if I give this one away to everyone. Today's affirmation is: cherish every moment that you have with people you love, as if this was September 11, 2001. Now, I know that we have some people, in fact, I'm going to go in and fix this because I'm realizing that it's off-centered and that's kind of driving me crazy. But before you get this bottom part will be fixed. I know that we have some little youngers, right, that might not have been around or can't remember 9/11, depending on when you were born. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a memory from today of maybe something that you've seen or heard a story from somebody, or just, or a blessing or a prayer lifted up for those that we lost. But I thought that this would be sweet. And then maybe I was thinking, you know how like on the live one night we did our vision boards? What if we brought these into it and did, I'm going to have to ask Andra if that's something we can do. If we were able to screenshot our story and then bring it in, and then maybe I can show everybody. I don't know if that's even possible, but I thought this would be an amazing way for us to come together as a village. So please take my freebies today and just honor all those that we lost, and that we are losing every day from 9/11 related illnesses. I had to shut the TV off for a little while today because that's the up story. That's the story that they're talking about most. How many we lost that day, but how many we're losing on a daily basis now. These are going to be linked down below. My beginning stories, and I'm going to show you this one. Bobby Fazio. Bobby Fazio and Moira Smith and Bobby Meany were all part of 9/11 2001. Bobby Fazio and Moira Smith got down to ground zero. Meany had to stay behind with the lieutenant. he died of 9/11 related illnesses. Bobby and Moira died 9/11. Now, if you don't know what this is a mourning band that when we lose someone in the police department, usually it's just black. This was issued on 9/11. We have to put this over our shield as a mourning. I wore this too many times that year. Now, Scotty also worked with Bobby, Moira, and Bobby, and John and I in the 13th precinct. We lost Scotty in 18. We lost Meanie in 10. Joey Roman served our country not only as a police officer, but as a Marine. I got the honor to work with him in the 8-3 Robbery Detective Squad. I call him one of my best NYPD brothers. He looked out for me one day when I thought my world was crashing. And he literally backed me in a corner and said, "This is the way it's going to be." So from that day forward, John and I have thanked him so much. We lost him in 2019. I don't have memorials from everyone. When we found Moira, her birthday is Valentine's Day. We actually found her on her birthday that year. So from September 11th till February 2002, we couldn't find her. I'm going to show you a picture of her right here. Moira Smith had the biggest smile. When you look at this picture, this is the upper left. The upper left picture is actually 9/11. After she saved this man, nobody saw her again. If you look at the top right picture, that's what her shield looked like when she was found. The bottom left is her daughter. Her daughter was itsy bitsy when her mom died. Moira will forever be remembered as a true NYPD hero. I want to share a little bit more with you. September 11th, Camelot was the 13th precinct. That was the nickname of our precinct. This top corner and this one is Bobby and Moira. These are the fallen brothers that we have lost since then. This is Johnny D. This is Johnny D at Ground Zero. I'm so proud of him. So proud of him. This is him. Johnny's sitting in the chair, and these are the guys taking a break. They worked around the clock. I'm going to show you a few things that are going to blow your mind. Look at this picture closely. I'm going to zoom it in. Right here, this is the crime scene unit. This is where they worked. Look at this. Then the next sign says, "The human remains come here." The aircraft debris comes over here. Look at the debris behind the guys. This man right here is my husband. Can't imagine the toxins that lurk inside of him. Yeah. Then this, and like I said, Johnny was crime scene. They were in the middle of everything. My husband won't talk about those things. My husband has blocked out so much of these things. I wanted to share with you I try to share as much as possible with you. And, you know, Johnny D does suffer from memory loss and some breathing and some COPD and some other things. But, and we joke about it as a deflection. So I get frustrated. I'm normal. But I try and I pray on it. And if you are prayerful people, I would always ask that you keep him in your prayers. Because there are times the struggle is real. Other times he's wonderful. But I wanted to share a couple of things with you. These are actual pieces of 9/11. Some things that did not get, did not become dust. If you've ever been to the World Trade Center, it was a gorgeous building. Gorgeous building. It was located at the end of Lower Manhattan. So our court system, One Police Plaza is down there. When you made an arrest, you had to go downtown to process your arrest. And then in between the processing times, you were able to go to Little Italy, Chinatown, or just take a walk to Battery Park or the World Trade Center. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many days I spent sitting downtown in the middle of that, in between the two buildings, in between the two towers, just looking up at them? They were gorgeous. They were a place to go. If I made, and I'm going to make you giggle, if I made an arrest with, or, you know, you met someone downtown and they made an arrest also, they'd be like, what do you want to go grab lunch? Or you hook up with the guys that were just hanging around. All right, let's take a walk to the World Trade Center. The guys always wanted to go to the World Trade Center. Do you know why the guys wanted to go sit at the World Trade Center? Because they loved to look at the girls dressed in skirts. Should be told. Because the ladies all dressed up back in the day. The high heels, the shoes, the high heels, the dresses, the short skirts. The guys loved it. The guys loved it. So that's probably why I was down at the World Trade Center so much, because I'd be hanging out with the guys, which were the majority of the NYPD. So I hope that made you smile, because that brought back a nice memory. What I'm going to show you now are photographs. And I don't think I showed these before. And I don't know how much you're going to see. But just like I showed you Moira Smith, the final moments of her rescuing of people down at 9/11 on 2001. This is Bobby Fazio. So here you got Bobby helping out someone getting into ambulances. And if you see this, we don't know for a fact, but something's happening above him. We don't know if the building's coming down. We don't know. We don't know. But this is Bobby Fazio's last moments. Then there's going to be a glare. Going to be a glare, and I'm going to show you as much as I can. This is just scenes as the guys were getting down to Ground Zero. Smoke coming as they were driving towards Lower Manhattan. So this is the, hold on, bear with me, okay? This is what they got to. This was a war zone. This is what crime scene was dealing with. And everyone else, not just crime scene. Anyone that was down there. So hard for me to see. This is the guys down there. And this is actual photographs of the remains of the building. Now, I'm sure you've all seen this on television. Could you just imagine what it was like for these guys to see it? This one right here is Johnny D. Let's see if I want to go back to a story about Joey Roman. At that time, Joe worked in Manhattan South District Attorney's Office. Him, and I don't remember if it was 6 or 8 of them, were given a spot down at Ground Zero. I don't know the number, whether it was 3 or 4 out of that unit wound up with this same throat cancer. And Joey was not a smoker. Let's see what else I have here. I mean, look at the pile next to the cars. This is all the building. I won't show you all of them. I'll just show you a few. Look at that zone. Look at everyone. Think of what was going through their brains. Like, how do you live in the United States of America and this is what you see? This is what you see. This is forever etched in my brain. Here, this is Johnny D and his old partner Danny. This is what it looked like at night for them. Tell me this doesn't look like a Terminator movie. It should be a movie set, not real life. Not real life. You want to talk about inside and out? Every piece of emotion, everything comes out at me. These are windows that are covered, and these are notes that people left behind. This is Johnny D's got the mask on. To just, they had this is that picture that I showed you in the beginning. I look at this picture often. I want to pull it out. I could not. I can't imagine the smell, the sounds. Could not. And I totally understand why he blocks it out. My memories and his memories are totally different. And I can't ever question how come you can't remember that. I can't. I won't. Look at these guys. Look at them. Then he took pictures of memorials. Right. These I can bring up. Look at the size of those windows that are not there. Look at the soot that they're covered in. My husband, since he was crime scene, John had a pair of shoes that he would go to work in. He'd get to work, he'd put those shoes in a special area, and then he'd put on his work shoes. His work shoes from crime scene never came home. All these clothes never came to the house. He did his due diligence on all that. Okay. It's so hard for me to see. You see that rubble? You see that building? They're using the jaws of life. They're trying to get somebody out. You've seen it all on TV. They made formations of bucket brigades so that they can remove piles and piles of debris. A fire truck, an image that depicts strength, no longer looks like it's strong. Give me 1 second. American flags hung everywhere, right? You'll see that. Buildings. Not just the World Trade Center, buildings around it. And they went through every single inch of that place. Anything that was debris. Okay, here's another one. So right after 9/11, in Queens, a plane, let me zoom out. A plane hits a house. John gets called to that scene. This is what happens. Like, what was it? October. The plane hits the house. Remember 9/11? That was a major for us. There's something else I want to show you. Look at that. Look at what they're standing in. And we were advised the air quality is okay. Air quality is okay. How many times did they tell us that? Then this was handed out. These were the members of service that were missing. This was the members of service. This is what was handed out. And then look at these amazingly old photographs that we have of the World Trade Center as it once was. I don't tell you this to make you sad. I don't tell it out loud to make myself sad. I say it and I make this video so that these guys don't ever get forgotten. I won't let my fallen comrades ever be forgotten. I used to, Bobby Fazio lived a couple of towns over from us. His office was right next to John's office in the 13th precinct. So the camaraderie, right? We all went to, Bobby wasn't married, but we used to go to everybody's weddings back then. We were all young. We all got married. The 13th precinct, you weren't supposed to date people in the same command you worked in, but do you know how many people the 13th precinct brought together and got married? Like, we were constantly going to one another's weddings. So the camaraderie was amazing. I used to, more than I do now. I did. I talked to him so much more in my brain when 9/11 first happened. And not that he's ever forgotten, I just don't talk to him as much or pray. I don't know. Maybe a part of me is forgetting them a little here and there. And then it comes flooding back on 9/11. But I can't, because you know what? I look at them every day. These are on my refrigerator, so I'm never going to forget them. And I'm going to leave it at that. I just want to say thank you for listening to me. Please remember all the heroes, even the people that perished that day that were just going to work or didn't know that they were getting on an airplane and they were going to not come home. every single person. I want us to remember, not just these people. Keep them in your prayers today. I love yous. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.